Listen, everybody needs a fairy godmother, just somebody to look out for them. Some people call me their fairy smoke mother, others their internet big sister, but you can call me Hannah, the host of Smoke Sesh. So come hang out, let's light up and talk everything there is to life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the embarrassing. I've got a story for it all. Hello, hotties of the world. Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Smoke Sesh. My name is Hannah, your host, and I am very excited to be back with all of you guys today. I feel like I'm kind of serving farmer's daughter. Okay, little Midwest princess. I haven't broken out these overalls in quite some time, but I walked out of my house yesterday and it was 60 degrees and sunny. Hello, spring. Is that you? The birds are chirping. The sun is getting stronger. The sun's also not setting at 5 p.m. Oh my gosh, I have a will to live again. Are you kidding me? Let's go. I am so excited for spring, you guys. We survived winter. And I know that little groundhog said 6 more weeks of winter. I'll see it when it happens. But for now, I'm going to enjoy this nice weather. I need to start kind of goal planning for spring. I have been indoors too long. I'm ready to go to a park and walk around in the mornings. I'm ready to go sit on a patio and have a little drink with my friends. What is better than that? But I am feeling renewed, rested, and energized this Tuesday. And I hope you are all as well. If not, hopefully I can give you a little bit of my energy, share that positivity with you all. Not a lot to catch you guys up on. The Grammys happened. Oh my gosh. The only thing I was really, really rooting for was for Doechii to win Best Rap Album of the Year. And of course she did, because she is so freaking talented. If you have not listened to Alligator Bites Never Heal, highly, highly recommend doing so. It is the best album of the year, period. The best album I listened to all year. So incredibly good. She is so talented. That was really the only thing I was holding out for. Also, her performance was amazing. I love just seeing everybody kind of give her the hype she deserves. I've been listening to her since 2021. I found out about her through my boyfriend, actually, and then I've just been following her since, and wow. I love, as an artist myself, I just love seeing other artists grow and how they transform themselves and really devote themselves to art. I think it is genuinely so inspiring. And yeah, that was just, it's so fun to watch the Grammys and just see, I'm sobbing the entire night because all these people's dreams are coming true. And I'm just so happy for them. So that was fun, a little renewed sense of joy there. I had a company party the other night as well, which was interesting. Not the girls fighting at the company party. I was like, let me have one drink and get out of here. I cannot be inside this building any longer, especially if I'm not clocked in. And also a little drama for you all. Poor little, he's sleeping next to me, so I won't say his name too loud, but poor little Danger ended up back at the emergency vet. I know you're like, Hannah, you're a horrible, awful pet parent. How dare your cat keep ending up at the emergency vet? Listen, I don't know how cats survive in the wilderness when this cat is genuinely so sensitive and just random shit keeps happening. I feel so bad for him. I literally have him on premium food, supplements, monthly check-ins, doctors, calling them every day, making sure he is healthy. But he ended up having another anal gland blockage. I know you're like, girl, what? His poor little booty hole. I know. I think I don't think it was a problem that kind of resurfaced. I think it was, the doctor at least thinks that there was still an underlying infection that was not completely flushed out. Since it was abscess last time, I feel like maybe they should have flushed it out with antibiotics and just fluids, which they didn't do. Whatever, we're working through it. But I caught it early on this time around. I'm like, let me pay way more attention to his butthole this time around. And I caught it as soon as it happened. So he wasn't in any pain. fine. I noticed it. He wasn't really noticing it. Took him in. They cleaned it out and then got him back on antibiotics. So hopefully this will completely get rid of the infection that was going on, and hopefully he can feel a little bit better. But I love him so much. I don't know how I'm going to be a human parent when being a cat parent stresses me out this much. Like, every single ounce of my brain goes toward making sure that he is happy and healthy. Like, I can't imagine having a child that is acting against their own self-interest constantly. Whew. Mothers out there, props to you, because that is insane. But other than that, other than slightly losing my mind every once in a while, January is over. We made it through January, girls. We survived January. What the hell was that month? Jupiter stations direct in Gemini, so we will have a little bit more, at least for me as a Gemini placement, we'll have a little bit more luck and prosperity, a little bit more energy, forward momentum. That is what we're seeking in this month. It's the month of love. We have the Oscars coming up. We have, oh my God, the Super Bowl this Sunday. That's going to be so incredibly fun. Yes, I live in Kansas City. Yes, I cheer for the Chiefs. I know you probably hate them and think they're evil, but I kind of love being on the evil side for once. Everybody was rooting for them 2 years ago. Now everybody hates them. I kind of love a hate watch, So me and the girls are going to go out and watch the Super Bowl, have a good time, probably do the same exact little routine we did last time because it worked out perfectly. We were literally the only people at this teeny tiny little dive bar. It was amazing. And yeah, get our little drink on, watch a little football, watch some silly little commercials. It'll be great. I think this week's going to be a good week. It's going to be warm. I'm going to try and get outside, make sure my life's a little bit on track. With the spring renewness energy, though, I do feel like, especially when January was so hard, there is that stagnant residual energy that I do feel. And I think the best way to get that out of your system and get that out of your life is truly to just deep clean and purge, whether it is emotionally, physically, spatially. Usually for me, it's spatially, in my home. I just like to mop the floors, fucking open the windows, let in fresh air, get rid of old clothes, purge in that sort of sense. So whenever I feel that forward momentum, I like to take advantage of that opportunity. And that's probably what I'll be doing this next week, bringing in renewness. But yeah, gonna be a good little Monday. Gonna clean a little bit, hang out. I gotta go make a protest sign for my mom for the teachers union. They're like, who can make a giant protest sign? I'm like, girl, I got you. Don't worry about it. Let me put this art degree to work. Fuck it. So other than that, yeah, we are just chilling. Danger is, oh my God, he's on pills, so I'm having to force feed him pills. Have you ever had to force feed a cat pills? Genuinely the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Poor baby. But other than that, we're chilling. We're having a good time. We're enjoying today, and I hope you are all as well. But that's really all I have to catch you guys up on. Enough of me rambling and chatting. Let's get into everything that's on your mind. Someone said trying to get fit for summer. Okay, listen, I've been TikTok brained a little too much recently. I've been posting a lot. If you guys want to follow my account, I'm sure you follow my main account. That's where I blew up on. I haven't posted on there in years, though. I kind of love looking at it as an archive. And instead, I've been posting on my spam account, which is at Fairy Smoke Mother, MOTHA. But you know the trend where it's see you this summer in a thong bikini and a attitude, and it's literally a cup of water in front of them. Girl, what is with the ED trend? Is it because we're entering a recession and groceries are too expensive that it's well, let's just starve ourselves? What the fuck is going on? I feel like I am back in the trenches of pro Anna Tumblr 2014 energy. It is actually disgusting and very confusing. So I posted me eating Taco Bell, and I said, see you this summer in a tiny bikini, burrito hand, and an extra fat attitude because I don't care how you perceive my body. Period. Listen. as a woman, and I'm going to say woman because I'm about to turn 26. I've gone through my little second puberty. I feel like my frontal lobe is developing a little bit more. I feel like I'm more of a woman now, you know. This thought process is a very juvenile thought process. Even when I am interacting with adult women who are self-conscious or overly critical about their body or what they're eating, or like you know, starving themselves to achieve a certain aesthetic, even though they're older, I still find that a very juvenile thought process, because it truly is holding you back. You know, those thought processes you have when you're young that are like not really based in reality. You're like, why was I thinking that way? I just didn't know. I didn't experience the world yet. I hadn't learned. Juvenile, okay? And if there's one thing you can do for yourself in this life, it is set yourself free from the chains of holding yourself back and forcing yourself to kind of behave a certain way for an aesthetic, for a societal pressure. Girl, no one cares what you look like in a bikini. The only person thinking about you is you. And you being overly critical about yourself to the point of you having to fit a certain aesthetic is not going to make you feel better. Because listen, I have been there. When I was skinny, mini, teeny, tiny, I was that small because I was so self-stressed and so just like self-critical. It was awful. And guess what? At the time, sure, did I achieve those aesthetic levels of bodily function and form? Yes. But in my head, was I able to recognize that? No. When you put yourself into an overly self-critical kind of mindset, you will never live up to what you want. You will always be hating yourself. You will always be self-critical. You will never be enough. So it is just not worth your time putting emphasis or energy even on forcing yourself to fit a certain stereotype. It is not worth it at all, especially as a woman. Listen, there are a lot of people that are trying to hold us down and force us into a certain type of person, a certain behavior, you know, try and force us into not being full, actualized individuals now more so than ever. So don't let them win. Don't give in to these kind of mindsets. I have seen my aunt completely lose her entire life over this. And it sucks because it's like, oh my God, your entire personality is how much you fit on your plate and what size jeans you wear. Like, I can't talk to you about anything because there's no substance. There's no substance here. And it's genuinely so heartbreaking. There is no such thing as a summer body. We can't keep thinking of bodies as like a trend. I feel like that is just so harmful and puts way too much pressure on us as individuals. The only thing you should be thinking about how you look this summer is what sexy ass bikini you want to wear. How small do you want it to be? What pattern, what shape? Think about the bikini, not the body. The body wearing it is going to look good no matter what, okay? When I go to the beach, when I go to the pool, the hottest, sexiest women are the ones who are there. They feel comfortable in themselves. They own the space. You can literally feel the aura radiating off of them because they are just so comfortable in themselves and who they are and how they function. There is no second thought of, well, do I have a roll here or a stretch mark there? No, they are sprawled out in the sunshine, enjoying a little mimosa, reading their book, going into the pool, diving in, enjoying it. The best way to kind of like become comfortable in yourself is to just become accepting of it. You know, I was born this way. I'm gonna look this way. I can't force myself to have bigger boobs or have wider hips or get skinnier. I mean, I guess I could get surgery, sure. But like, girl, we don't have the money or the time for those fucking things. Like, I am who I am. I am lovely just as I am. I am also a representative of every other woman who has come before me. And I'm gonna own that shit because I know I'm beautiful no matter what, period. But What you should be doing right now is some bikini shopping. I know that's what I'm doing. I'm hunting for bikinis. I'm going through my old ones. You know, what fits, what doesn't, what kind of vibe am I going for? I love a new bikini. Every summer, I always get like at least 1 or 2 new bikinis to kind of like have the vibe of the summer. And specifically, if you want a great bikini source, Sydney Mary Bikini. I love her endlessly. Recycled sources, handmade, handcrafted, one of a kind bikinis, genuinely so gorgeous. They are some of my favorite bikinis I've ever owned in my entire life. Best believe I am doing a little teensy bit of shopping this time around. Valentine's gift ideas for my girlfriend. She loves to skate and do art. Okay, I guess we can chat Valentine's Day. It's a little early, but like I'm sure most of you guys are scrambling like, what the fuck do I get? Oh my god, like how do I make this the best Valentine's Day ever? Listen, I love Valentine's Day. Since I was a kid, we always kept it chill, you know? I mean, I woke up every Valentine's Day and my parents would make me like a cutesy little breakfast, and I'd always have like a card or maybe like a small little gift just to show appreciation. And I really, really appreciate my parents for doing that for me, because it kind of set a precedent of me with like my lovers in the future, you know? Like I had boyfriends in the past who were like, well, I don't give a fuck about Valentine's Day. Like, duh you don't, because you don't care about love. You don't even love me, so of course you don't want to get me a gift or hang out with me or spend time with me or go out to dinner with me or buy me flowers. Like, duh, you don't like me. That's why you're not doing these things for me. But when I met a person who actually did care about me, did want to celebrate the holidays with me, it was kind of like that clicking moment of, oh, okay, everything's making sense here. Like, your partner should want to celebrate with you. You know what I mean? Now that I work in the restaurant industry, Valentine's Day in my relationship, I mean, we're almost 5 years in. It's a very low stakes kind of day. In my opinion, in my humblest opinion, I hate going out on Valentine's Day. If you go to a restaurant on Valentine's Day, your food is going to be worse. The servers are going to be stressed the fuck out. Your food's probably going to be more expensive. You're going to be wasting a bunch of fucking money. And also, like, you're going to a place that is obviously going to be slammed and packed. So you're going to get a little bit lower of an experience. If I were you, and in fact, what we do as a couple is we always celebrate like either a couple days before or a couple days after. Either way, we always have one set day or maybe evening where it's like, this is going to be our Valentine's Day. Sure, on the day of, we do a little bit of celebrating. When it comes to gift giving and like, you know, some freak nasty sex, like of course that's going to happen day of. But gift giving, I think gift giving doesn't need to be as hard as it is. I think a lot of people think gift giving needs to be like, they have to read my mind and understand my heart and soul. And I think that can work if your partner's love language is gift giving. But let's be real, a lot of people are just kind of bad at it. And it doesn't mean they don't love you. It just means they're bad at it. Me and my boyfriend have kind of found a gift giving routine that works for us. So maybe this can work for you guys in your relationships if you find yourself being continuously disappointed by your partner's just lack of awareness. We ask each other for things. We do. Listen, as a partner, there's always like something that you know they want. They just can't pull the trigger on it and buy it for themselves. So we always ask each other for those things. This year, I asked for gold hoop earrings. Okay, easy. Like, let me just send you the link, babe. Bam, buy it on your lunch break. And then my boyfriend asked for, he doesn't listen to this, so I'm not spoiling anything, but my boyfriend asked for orthopedic slides. Oh my god, is he 80 years old? He's just working so much and on his feet. It's like he really wanted something that's going to make him comfortable at the end of the day. Bam, sent me the link. That is gift number 1. Asking for something, receiving it, easy peasy, low stakes. You're going to be surprised. You're going to feel loved and appreciated because it's something you wanted. And also, you didn't have to spend money on it. Fantastic. Second gift. There's a two-parter here. Yes, there is something that you come up with on your own. Yes. Something you actually have to think about. So sorry about that. But usually the second gift is a more sentimental option. Something handmade, maybe with little kissy lips on it. Something cute and sexy and fun. For me, in the past, Valentine's Day gifts, that has looked like, last year I got my boyfriend a custom skate deck with a picture of me topless on it. Great, amazing, hanging on our wall, hot, sexy. The year before that, he's gotten me, like, he made me a scrapbook out of all of our old film photos. This year I might have like our old Polaroid photos framed, cute little something to hang on the wall, sentimental vibes. Hot and sexy, I've done, and I've talked about this before, but I had him come over and literally I was in a 2-piece matching lace set with a robe on top. And essentially I just took the robe off and I handed him a camera and I said, you have to fill up this entire disposable camera of photos of me before you can touch me. Hot, sexy, get creative. But yeah, to make it low stakes, the first gift, something we ask for, something we just don't want to buy for ourselves and would love to have our partner buy for us. And second gift is something sentimental, a heartfelt note, a cute little, something to represent the relationship and how you feel about that person. With those 2 gifts, I think your partner will feel loved and appreciated every single holiday. I promise you. But yeah, I mean, you know your partner better than I do, and getting them something that, helps them invest in their hobbies. I've gotten my boyfriend, like, I surprised him and bought him a couple hours at a glass blowing class, and he enjoyed that. At the end of it, he goes to pay, and the guy's like, no, your girlfriend already took care of it. Thinking ahead, getting creative. Like, if your girlfriend likes to skate, maybe, I don't know if it's like roller skating or skateboarding, get her a new deck, maybe get her a new pair of shoes or new wheels, whatever it might be. Maybe you're like, babe, I am not going to bother you for a full day and I'm going to let you go skate with your friends all day. Like, that's the kind of gift that my boyfriend would like. It doesn't have to be crazy. You don't have to be dropping racks, I think the sentimental idea plus just like doing something for them that they wouldn't do for themselves really checks all the boxes. And flowers. You got to get your girl flowers on Valentine's Day, non-negotiable. Chocolates also, if you are feeling like going above and beyond. Last year, I made my boyfriend buy me exactly like 12 different bouquets of flowers. And listen, the right man will listen to you. I said, no, I need 12 bouquets and I need 12 different holiday Valentine's Day balloons from Dollar Tree. You know what? The right person will hear you and the right person will do those fucking things. Best believe. That is exactly how we celebrated Valentine's Day last year. But when it comes to celebrating day of, you can do your gifts day of, you can have some freak nasty sex day of, but truly in my heart, I hate going out on Valentine's Day, especially as a server. Like, I just get it. I know how the industry is, and that is a hectic fucking day. I will be working just because I love money and I love a good bag, but like, whew, stressful, safe to say. Oh, Valentine's Day though, so cute. I don't get people who are like, I hate Valentine's Day. Girl, do you hate love? Like, I don't see you sitting here being like, I hate Christmas. Like, it's the same exact thing. You don't like celebrating love, you don't like celebrating your partner. Oop, red flag. How are the beginning of relationships supposed to feel? I'm new to this. The beginning of relationships, girl, you should be absolutely fucking infatuated to the point where it's like kind of a downfall. You know what I mean? Like, it should be something that is like over consuming. You are fully in love, all for this person. Like, you are willing to lay down in front of a train for them. And I know that seems like insane and you're like, girl, no, that's a red flag. No. The right person will not have you second guessing. The right person won't have you being like, well, maybe, I don't know. The right person won't have you crying, upset, angry, mad within the first month of you guys talking. No. I do think the crush psychosis is real, and it is very much so real when you are in a healthy relationship. It should be a give and take though. Like, that infatuation that you feel, the wanting to hang out, the wanting to spend time together, that other person should be doing that as well. They shouldn't just be texting you at 3 a.m. for a hookup call. Girl, don't wait around for that. That's for fucking sure. But most importantly, within that first month of kind of dating, there should not be any hard times. Dare I say, at all. At all. There should not be hard times. You should not be having fights with somebody that you've only known for a month. That doesn't make sense. You both should be on your best behavior. You both should be wanting to impress the other person. And through that, of course, there's not going to be any friction. But if you find yourself, and I've been here before, so trust, like I know, that man should not be making you cry within that first month of knowing each other. When you are first dating, there should honestly be no hardships because you are both behaving the best that you possibly can. It's low-key been 6 months since my boyfriend has made me finish. It would happen before. I don't know what's wrong. I don't think anything's wrong. I'm sure you guys kind of just got into a routine and like the same routine just got old for you. So like you need to spice it up. You do. You need to spice it up. Now, do I think you should look that man in the eyes and go, you haven't made me come in 6 months? No, you should not. That is not what you should say to him. Please, for the love of God. But could you suggest, hey, like I would love if we just involved a vibrator. Hey, I would love it if we switched positions. Hey, like slow down. Let's take our time. Whatever it may be, like I think you just need to switch it up. I'm sure he's trying. If he's not trying, I mean, definitely encourage him a little bit, but I think this is normal in relationships where it's like, all right, we just got into the same routine. Like we've perfected it. We've perfected our gymnastics routine. But then again, it's kind of becoming repetitive and boring. And in order to truly get that big O experience, you got to switch it up. Involve some toys, It's like swing from the ceiling, get crazy on it. I think you should really try and enjoy and switch up the routine a bit. I think you'd be surprised just how quickly it might come to you again. Ended 3-month situationship with nonchalant man because he couldn't commit. He cried and gave me a gift. Okay, well, a gift is not going to cover, you being a piece of shit and not wanting to date me, but like I will take a bag, thank you, and I will block you. Honestly, most situationships don't even give a gift. So consider yourself lucky, but also if he doesn't get his shit together like right now and is immediately like on his hands and knees being like, wait, I'm so sorry, I fucked up, like I do need you in my life, then he is not the man for you. And you know what? I genuinely believe, I think women should be the only ones to give ultimatums, and I think women should give way more ultimatums than they do. Like too many of these men are getting away with fuck shit because like you're afraid of hurting their feelings. No, babe. Hurt their feelings, say what's on their mind, be real with them because they're not being real with you. And if they can't pick up on the fucking clues and actually take accountability of their own fucking life and hear your emotions for what they are, then they're not the right person for you, babe. Go let them roll around in the gutter where they want to be. How do you deal with stress? I love your content, hun. Oh, hun, thank you. Thanks, sweetie. Stress. Oof. I've been so stressed. So stressed to the point where I literally posted on TikTok, I was like, life's trying me that I actually am thinking about dyeing my hair pink and smoking cigarettes again. Like I'm to that point. I'm getting there. Like, please God, I am not your strongest soldier, but I truly am trying my best. Stress is fun. For me personally, stress manifests as like anxiousness and a lot of crying. I find when I'm stressed and I try and like bottle it up and hold it in, I eventually end up exploding later on. So here's my go-to like get the stress out routine. First of all, I take off literally all of my clothes, I wash my face, and I do dry brushing. Have you heard of dry brushing? I love dry brushing. Not only does it make my skin glow and gorgeous, it's a really great self-love routine where it's like I am going over every part of my body and really appreciating it for what it is. It's also like a lymphatic drainage technique. And also it gives me that sense and that feeling of like, all right, I'm physically swiping away old skin. I'm physically swiping away negative emotions. And yeah, dry brushing, it's a little painful, I will say, but it does get the job done. Love it. Fantastic. So I'll dry brush and then I'll get in a hot shower. I will sit on the ground with the hot shower running over my body, and then I'll just cry. Yeah. Yeah. By the time you finish crying and then you do your whole self-care routine of like washing your face, washing your body, maybe doing a little sugar scrub action. I love Lush's body scrubs. Fantastic. You know, get out of the shower. You will feel reborn. You truly will. I literally just did this the other day, which is how I know that it works, because I was so stressed out over my cat. I just felt so bad. I was like, I'm not a good parent. Why does this keep happening, you know? And I know I needed to get it out of my system because, like, I had things to do. I had a life to live, and I couldn't just sit here and suffer from anxiety. So immediately jumped into that routine, physically swiping away the stress, allowing myself to release those emotions. And then I love a shower because you get out and you feel like a brand new human being. And also I feel like it's a safe space where no one's going to walk in seeing you butt naked on the linoleum ground rolling around crying, you know? It's a safe space. You can do that in the privacy of your own bathroom. Fantastic. And when you come out, you're going to be smelling amazing, looking amazing, feeling much, much better. So funny. I am very, very thankful to have people in my life that are like aware of subliminal boundaries and not overstepping them, such as like my parents or my family or my boyfriend. Like, they see this podcast and they're like, no, that's the girls kikiing. Like, it's almost like a slumber party and the girls are in the slumber party room and like your parents are like, we're not gonna walk in there, we're just gonna let them have their time, you know? Like, we know they're safe, we know they're having a good time, but like, I don't want to go in there and be a mood killer. And I'm so thankful that everybody in my life gets that vibe and that energy. Truly, like, this is the girls just sitting and having a good time. Don't come in here and ruin it. My boyfriend, though, he's so funny. He is honestly a saint for seeing some of the titles that I release on here and not listening. But last episode I talked about stalker story time, and he's like, listen, I don't listen to your podcast, but do you, like, is there something I need to know about? Like, do you have a stalker? Like, should I be concerned? Do we need to protect you? And I'm like, that is so fucking sweet. No, I don't have a stalker. Thank you for checking in on me. Thank you for not crossing any boundaries. But no, like, if he knows that if there was a problem or something really serious, I would come to him. But it's so funny that he's like, not me clickbaiting my own boyfriend. That was funny to me. Ooh, I'm an FT student, not working. Is it wrong for me to ask my boyfriend to financially support me? This is interesting. Ooh, I like this question. I feel like it can go many different ways. Honestly, it really just depends on how long you are into the relationship. If it's in the first 2 years, I would say no. I would say you shouldn't ask your boyfriend to financially support you. I think within the first 2 years, there's still a big air of like, maybe you guys could break up. I think you don't truly know the other person until you are fully 2 years in. And I don't want him to possibly leave you high and dry with no money, no financial support, and all of a sudden you're scrambling. So if I could convince you to maybe get some sort of part-time situation, I highly would encourage doing so. I don't think it is smart for any woman to completely and utterly financially rely on a man ever, and I do want you to be smart about that, okay? Now, if it's his idea and he's like, babe, I just want you to go to school and I want to take care of you, I wouldn't say no. I definitely would not fucking say no. That's for sure. But still, be smart. If he's giving you money, pocket a little bit away for a rainy day. You know, don't just go out and blow it to the point where it's like, all right, I have no savings account. Like, be smart about it. But also, if it's his idea and he wants to, like, girl, go for it. Now, if you're 2+ years in, like maybe 3 or 4 years in, I think you're allowed to ask a little bit more about this. I think that's when you're actually like kind of working in tandem as a partner. Now, asking anybody to fully financially support you, I don't think is ever fair to the other person. But asking for a little bit of help is always okay. I know friends who have definitely done that in relationships where it's like, I'm 4 years in with my partner and they just lost their job. Like, I'm going to be the breadwinner for a second until my partner can find a job again. That's very normal. That's a serious thing that most people in relationships are going to go through at some point in time. And like, if you can't rock with it and ride for that person, then are you really meant to be together? Me and my boyfriend are about to go through this a little bit, not because he's losing a job, because he's overworking himself and I'm about to kind of semi become jobless, especially when I have a tattoo apprenticeship. Like, I'm essentially going to be working for free, not for free, but for my education. It's a trade, honestly, but am I going to be making as much money as I was previously when I could work more shifts? No. So, he's going to have to pick up a little bit, but he understands that and is here to support me because we've been in this relationship for so long. Am I fully financially going to rely on him? No, not at all. I am a very independent woman, that's for sure. I will never fully financially live off of a man. But once again, if he's here and he's like, babe, focus on school and you just let me take care of the bills, who are you to say no to that? A lot of breakups going on right now. A lot of I let my man go. I broke up with my man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was the January chaos. There was a lot going on with the stars, a lot of stress, a lot of testing. I felt like the universe was doing a lot of like, are you clocked in? Are you paying attention? Are you actually doing the work you need to do? Are you with the right people? And I think January is perfect for that. If you're going to leave your man, like, you might as well do it January or February, because I actually think January, February is the best time to leave your partner. If you're like, I fucking can't do this anymore, but I'm looking for a sign, do it now, because spring's gonna roll around. You're going to be outside a little bit more. The natural influx of energy is going to be there to help lift and power you through that breakup. And then summer's going to be here and you can live a hot girl stress-free summer because you went through that mourning process over that springtime. I have been through 2 major breakups and both of them happened during January, February. And honestly, if I ever have to like plan a breakup again, it will be during that time. I felt like it was just perfect. Your heart's broken. Everybody's heart is kind of broken during January, February, whatever. Time is moving so fucking fast, though. All of a sudden it's, March and April and flowers are starting to bloom. And although you're maybe sad inside, there's like more green around you and you're outside a little bit more and you're mourning, but also like the renewal and the regrowth in the earth is helping you power through. And then all of a sudden summer's around and you've completely forgotten all about it. Yup. Yeah. So if you are thinking about it, do it now. If you have done it now, proud of you. It's going to be a little hard at first. Don't worry. But ultimately, like, I think you did the right thing always. Oh, you guys, also, on Instagram at Hannah Marlene, hi, come hang out. I posted my January favorites. So if you want to see what I was loving this January, music-wise, smell-wise, beauty products, tea, things like that, come hang out on the Instagram. Also, with the Super Bowl approaching, I will be releasing my much asked for wing recipe just in time for the Super Bowl. So that should be up either Wednesday or Thursday. Stay tuned. But yes, at Hannah Marlene. Thoughts on period sex? No thoughts. It's just another day. Honestly, back when I was younger, I had a lot of thoughts about period sex of like, oh, but like, what if it's like so messy, and what if like a chunk comes out, or what if he can't stand blood, blah blah blah. Like, now that I'm older and I have been through so many periods, like, it truly is just another day of having sex. If anything, like, congratulations, it's just wetter down there. No. But like, listen, I think period sex can be great. I do. The first kind of week or maybe first 3 days before I start my period, don't fucking touch me. Don't touch me. Don't look at me. Don't say anything even slightly off tone to me. That's how I feel. I get a little testy the first couple days before my period. I'm cramping. I'm like, my boyfriend's trying to hug me. I'm like, ow, don't touch me. But on my period, I found that like my cramps aren't bad. It's usually like right before. My cramps aren't bad. It's just I'm going through the process, you know. I also don't wear tampons anymore, so that really has helped with my cramping and helped with the natural flow of kind of just like getting my period over faster. And I have an IUD, so my period is very light. Like I have it, but I'm only spotting, which is a game changer because when I tell you previously I was practically bleeding out every month, which was not okay because it was making me anemic. I had no brain space because my brain didn't have enough fucking blood. Like it was just bad all around. But now I feel like I've gotten into the groove of the period where it's not interfering my life too much. So period sex in my brain is not something I'm really having to think about. It is truly and honestly just another day. Your man should not have to be quote unquote brave or quote unquote love you enough to have period sex. Truly, he should be thankful to be up in there at any point of the month. He should be on his hands and knees praying down to you for even offering up a slice or a crumb. If your man looks at you like you are a nasty bitch when you are on your period, that man should not be anywhere near a pussy at all. I met my boyfriend. He had never had period sex before. He's like, no, like if I see blood, I'm about to pass out. I'm like, well, you better buckle up. And best believe, you know, he's like, immediately after having it, he's like, no, this is great. Like, I don't even know why I thought about it being anything other than just normal sex, you know? I mean, don't be on top. I do know that if you're going to have period sex, put a towel down. Don't be on top. Just sit back and enjoy it and take it if you're going to have period sex. That's for sure. But yeah, not many thoughts. Enjoy. Have a good time. If you're horny, go out there and get some good fucking dick, period. No matter the cycle that you're in. And please, for the love of God, use protection with the state of the world right now. Please, I'm begging you, please use protection. Please take care of yourself as a woman. You need to protect yourself. Safe sex is safety. Okay, having safe sex is the same thing as like carrying around a can of pepper spray when you walk home alone at night. Like you need to be aware of your surroundings and the effects that your life can have on you. Flying tips. I'm so scared and anxious, especially after the recent events. Oh my God, you guys. What the actual fuck is going on? What the actual fuck is going on? Like, genuinely. That is all I have to say. Like, I knew it was going to get bad, but like, literally I'm about to go buy a car. Honestly, this week, because with the tariffs and everything else that this fucking insane clown is putting into place, I'm like, no, I need to get my shit handled now. Now I have always had flight anxiety. I just hate being out of control. I'm a bitch where it's like, if you take me out of control, I am gonna have a panic attack, and that's a problem that I do need to work on. Ultimately, fact is, it is safer to fly in an airplane than it is to fly in a car. And I know this because I've been in many a car accidents. I have not been in, oh my God, knock on wood, one plane accident. Do you know what I mean? And of course, when we are seeing it more often, it is so devastating and just like so insane how these things are happening. It's going to be hard not to think about. Ultimately, the best thing that I can really encourage you to do is just make sure you have a person with you who is going to be there to kind of help you through and support you. And if you don't, when I fly alone, I am a 25-year-old woman and I bring a stuffed animal with me. I know. I do. I don't give a fuck. You can look at me like I am a crazy fucking psycho little freak. I will be grasping onto the stuffed animal the entire flight. If it brings me a little bit of comfort, fantastic. Put your headphones in. Put on a movie to distract yourself. Close the window. Hold onto your stuffed animal. Hold onto your lover's hand. Ride it out. All right. Truly, that is the best way to get through a flight. Do not take a pill before a flight. Do not take an edible before a flight if you have flight anxiety. I love weed. I took an edible before a flight, and the entire time, the only thing I could think about was the plane going down. Do not do that to yourself. And guess what? Me and my boyfriend, he took like double the amount that I did. So he's passed out next to me on the airplane, and I'm sitting over here like having a panic attack. Get yourself a sparkling little, Sprite ginger ale. Help calm the nerves. Do not eat any sort of substance before you get on an airplane. Ever. I know a lot of people drink before you get on an airplane, but then you see these like white women getting kicked off airplanes for like biting police officers. Yes. Someone I know from high school, I'm pretty sure like popped a pill and drank too much before getting on a flight and is banned from flying ever again because she bit a police officer when he was trying to remove her from the airplane. Do not get inebriated on an airplane, please. For everyone else's safety and yours too. Bring a stuffed animal, bring a lavender smelling salt to help calm your nerves, put in your AirPods and put on a movie and just close that window. Do the best you can. Truly though, if you really think about the fact of it all, it is safer to fly in an airplane than it is to drive in a car. I've literally almost died in a car crash. If anybody's going to tell you, it's that. But yeah, truly, I think everybody's just kind of looking around like right now, like, what the fuck? That's literally all I can say. Like, what the fuck? I love the restaurant I work in too because the owners of my restaurant are from Iran and Turkey. So they are aware and used to a kind of overwhelming government impact, and they know how to handle it in a way that I think is very refreshing, especially as someone who, all of us, this is a little new to us. Hello. So like we had to have a meeting about the ICE raids. We had to have a meeting like, do not let these fucking people in. If they try to speak to you, walk away, immediately grab one of us. They do not have the authority that you think they have. You need to stand up for your neighbors and for yourself. This is what community is about. This is why community is more important than ever. We are here to protect each other. You need to keep an eye out and warn people as soon as you do. See anything, please, if you can protect your friends and your family right now, do so. But the owners of my restaurant were like, you know what, we're fucking over this. They got a giant ass flag in the front of our restaurant that says Donald Trump is an evil motherfucker, have a good day. He was like, I don't even want to play around. If there's anybody that comes in this restaurant and think that that man is a good guy, they can get the fuck out of here. And I love that energy. Working for a company that has that energy while Target is firing DEI employees and taking down that fucking opportunity that they have, like, oh, what the fuck truly is all I can say. Please show up for your friends, show up for your family, show up for your community. Outreach, and support. We need each other now more than ever. Someone said you should post more vlogs. Love you, baddie. I am planning on having a self-care, self-love vlog out on Valentine's Day. Yes, the girl is providing. The girl is pulling through always. I just feel like not only do I need a good self-care day, but I do want to provide a little bit more content for you guys. So stay tuned for that. That should be out on Valentine's Day, February 14th. See you then. How do you clean a bong? I'm worried about using harsh chemicals. Listen, with the way that resin builds up and just how intense it can be, you are going to have to use like a little bit of harsh chemicals, but I don't think you necessarily need to buy any of like the pre-packaged, pre-made harsh chemicals. All you need, listen to me, all you need is isopropyl alcohol and like really coarse, thick table salt, something where it's like a little rocky. So when you put the isopropyl alcohol in there and a little bit of a coarse table salt, you can put it in a baggie, close it up, or like stuff the ends with like paper towels so it is completely stuck inside the piece, and then just shake the shit out of it. Let it set, let it hang out if it needs to hang out overnight to really loosen that stickiness from the smoke and the weed and the dabs, whatever you are hitting it with. But all you need is isopropyl alcohol and coarse table salt. And then when you're done with that, I honestly will go ahead and just like clean my piece with soap and water as well, just to make sure I get all of the isopropyl alcohol out of there, all of the table salt, any sort of residual kind of chemicaliness. I will deep clean that bitch every time. I am due for a deep cleaning. I hate cleaning my pieces. It truly is like the bane of being a a smoker, is like I hate cleaning pieces. Thank God my boyfriend is just such an amazing individual and is like, let me do that for you, babe. God bless. God bless. But you know, sometimes you got to be a big girl and clean those pieces. Lung health is important, and making sure you have fresh water every time you smoke and making sure your pieces are clean is going to do that for you every time. But yeah, sometimes like the pre-packaged like chemical cleaners have a little bit too many additives in there that I'm like, I can just do it myself. It's probably for cheaper too. Yeah, simple ingredients, isopropyl alcohol, coarse table salt, you'll be good. Ooh, kissing with morning breath, hot or not? Interesting. I mean, if you're on real freak mode hours, that man could practically shit himself and you're going to be like, oh, I love him. No, I'm kidding. But like truly, like the morning breath probably wouldn't bother you. Also, like if it does bother you, no hate. Like if you are against smells or you can't do smelly things, I don't think it means like you don't love them or whatever. Like if your partner is smelly, they're smelly, period. And maybe that's just a sign you need to do it from behind. You know, like if you don't want his morning breath on you, girl, flip around. Is it against girl code to hang out with a boy that your friend used to have a crush on? Ooh. It is only against girl code if you talk to her and she feels weird about it. If you are ever going to hang out, talk to, whatever, a person or an interest that your friend has had a thing with, whether it is a fling, a crush, I don't think you should talk to ex-boyfriends at all. I don't think you should talk to ex-situationships at all. That's going to get complicated and messy, and it's going to look backstabby and weird. I don't think you should do that. A crush, though, that was never entertained or, you know, never received some sort of back and forth, I think that's a little less pressure, but I do think you should talk to her first about it, see how she feels, even if she's smiling and saying, yeah, go ahead, as tears roll down her eyes. Don't do it. You know, if she's like, oh yeah, whatever, like that was just a fleeting moment, sure, absolutely, go ahead, but read the room. If she has some weird feeling against it, it's going to fuck up your relationship. And the last thing you should let fuck up your relationship with a girlfriend is a boy, okay? Boys are not worth getting rid of friendships, all right? Do you keep relationship matters private, or do you talk to your friends and family about it? Usually, honestly, when it comes to like relationship issues, I rarely, if I used to be, okay, I used to be the girl who it's like, as soon as I faced some sort of like adversity in my relationship or some sort of like, you know, oh my God, I'm tripping up over this, I would immediately like go to my friends and use them as a therapist. And then I realized like that was unhealthy, and your friends do not want to hear you complain about your boyfriend for the millionth time. To be fair, I'm not doing that a lot in my current relationship, but I was doing it a lot in my past relationship. And now that I am in a good relationship, I feel like the problems that we do have are things that I can immediately address with my partner, which is great. I think if you do have a problem, the first person you should address it to is the person you have a problem with. Now, if you're kind of like, how do I go about this? Or maybe I need to blow off a little bit of steam, then sure, a casual conversation with your friends is okay. Now, you need to be careful about what you tell your family. Your family will judge your partner 10 times harder than anybody else. That is your family. Hello. They are essentially dating you to become a part of your family. So they're going to judge him and be like, well, should he even be a part of our family? Should he even date our daughter, whatever it is? Only go to your family with very casual, silly stuff. Do not go to them with real big problems. The things that I tell my parents about problems in our relationship are like, oh, you know, my poor boyfriend's just working so much. Oh, he's just making so much money. Like, like non-serious issues where they're like, oh, cool, you know, whatever. But if I have like a real problem where I'm like, oh, like he's pissing me off, Maybe I'll go to my friends casually about it. But honestly, the first person I go to if I have a problem is to that person, to my boyfriend, immediately. Like, there's no time to sit here and think about, oh, but what if, no. Let's talk it out. Let's communicate now. Let's fucking get rid of these bad emotions and get this shit handled. Single for Valentine's Day and all my friends aren't. What should I do for myself instead? Illy. Oh my god, girl, you gotta have a self-care day. You gotta have a self-care day. Absolutely. You need to buy yourself flowers. Buy yourself a yummy little sweet treat. I will have a Valentine's Day some baked and baking recipe up next week. So if you need something sweet to make yourself, stay tuned. It's chocolate dipped strawberry cheesecake bars. Girl, don't even get me started. They're so good. But get yourself something sweet to munch on. Maybe your favorite food, whether it's like, for me, it would be jjajangmyeon. I love jjajangmyeon. Black bean noodles. Maybe it's some pho. Maybe it's tacos. Maybe it's pizza. Whatever your heart calls for. Get yourself something yummy to eat. Buy yourself flowers. Oh, maybe buy yourself a little baggie of weed. Smoke some weed. Turn on a rom-com. A fun little rom-com. A fun little cutesy little thing. Take a good bubble bath or a hot shower or throw on a face mask and like relax. Valentine's Day is not always about the couples. It is just about love, period. Love for yourself, love for others, love for friends, love for partners, whatever it is. You're not being left out because you should hold love for yourself, and you should celebrate yourself. I love Valentine's Day because it's just a reminder to really love and appreciate everything around you. How to not make a mess when I'm cooking. Please, just one tip. Thank you so much. So for me, when I'm cooking, I always have, I think Rachel Ray taught me this, but on the side, I always have like a scrap bowl or a bowl for the trash. So when I have like scraps of peppers or scraps of strawberries, whatever it is, I throw that in the bowl. If there's packaging, I throw that in the bowl. And then by the end of it all, I have all my trash in one place. I can dump it in my trash can. Now, every single dish I use goes straight into the sink. And as soon as I'm done cooking, or like as it's finishing cooking, I throw all the dishes from the sink into the dishwasher. So by the time I am done cooking, there's only like maybe 2 or 3 dishes to clean up once I'm done eating. That's how you do it. I love you so much, Hannah. Broke up with my boyfriend of 2 years a month ago and I don't know how to cope with no sex. Girl, buy yourself a Hitachi wand. Buy yourself a vibrator. Go to the sex store. Go get some fun, kinky shit to just have fun with yourself, okay? That is what you need to be doing. Like, if you don't own a vibrator or like some sort of dildo or something fun to just like fuck yourself with, then that's why you're not feeling fulfilled. Honestly, I think most women have more fulfilling sex with themselves than they do with most men. So get out there, get into the pleasure of it all, girl. Have a good time. How to be informed but also not emotionally depleted, exhausted, and scared. Illy, I love you too. Oh my gosh, on TikTok, we have breaking news. Ah, my brain. I can't handle it. There's too much breaking news constantly. Like, literally, I am losing it. And I think most of us are. And like, rightfully fucking so, because crazy shit is happening. Stay informed. They want us to get overwhelmed with like things and kind of just sit back and let it all happen. We're not here to do that. You need to stay informed and stay aware of what's happening so then you can keep yourself and your community safe. At this point in time, they are turning us all against each other. That is the last thing we need to be doing, okay? Stand up for your trans friends, stand up for your gay friends, stand up for your friends who are here, who deserve a space here, who deserve love and kindness and appreciation. Show that to them now more than ever. I think love is a radical way of fighting it back against like the man in a sort of sense, especially when they want us to feel like down and hated and angry. They want us to feel these negative emotions so much that it turns us into zombies. Do not let them turn you into a zombie, okay? Stay strong, stay full of love, stay full of appreciation of your neighbor, of yourself, of your community. Show up for them, give back to them, support them, love them, protect them. That is how you stay sane during this time. Absolutely. And it does suck that so much shit is going on that it feels overwhelming, but don't let that turn you into a shell of a person. Unfortunately, the shock factor of it all is what they want to do to you. They want you to kind of succumb to this all. No, fight back. You need to love everybody in your life with your full chest, more so now than ever. Oh my gosh, also, it's February. It's the end of dry January. Wow, I hate alcohol. Yeah. So my company party was yesterday, which was like the 2nd. And so, of course, roll up. We have a couple drinks. I have like a mind eraser. Do you guys know what a mind eraser is? Do you know what a mind eraser is? It is Kahlua, vodka, sparkling water, and a splash of Diet Coke. And essentially you chug it as fast as you can. Yeah. I had a mind eraser and then like a glass of wine or something. When I tell you I got home and I felt like a train had fucking hit me, I am over alcohol. There's something about your brain chemistry when you turn 25 where it's just like you can't process alcohol as well as you could when you were younger. And I'm so thankful I got that party girl phase out of me early. Like I did my brain damage early rather than later. Because like I'm imagining right now at this point in time in my life taking as much Molly as I used to do. And truly, I feel like I would have a schizophrenic episode now. Like I feel like I would enter a realm and never come back. So I am thankful for just getting that need to be a crazy bitch out of my system earlier rather than later. Because now I am just like, whew. I mean, I love a casual glass of wine here and there, but I just truly, especially taking a month off, it's like, wow, now I can really see how it affects me. Last year I did dry January and it was truly to cut back on drinking. I was drinking way too much. I mean, I'm young, I'm having a good time, sure, but like, should I be having 3 glasses of a drink every single day? No, you shouldn't. No, that's not okay. Why do you feel like you have to drink? Why do you feel like you can't live without alcohol? Let's challenge that. Let's stop drinking for a second. That was last year. I feel like I got that under control, which was really good. And then this year was truly all about like, how does it affect me? Is it even affecting me in a positive way? Like, I know why I drink now. I've handled my compulsions, but now like, let's figure out if this is even something that's good for me or not. And yeah, I think a casual cocktail with the girls here and there is fantastic. You know, watching the big football game and having a beer, fantastic, sure, whatever. But drinking every night truly cannot be good for my brain or organs and is something that I never want to do ever again in my entire life. Like I am just so over alcohol and I'm really into weed. Like I know I've always been into weed and hello, smoke sesh, how are you not into weed? But I have just really been a proponent of the positive effects that it does have, especially with like long-term usage. Now I'm not going to sit here and be like, you need drugs in your life. No, but like if you're going to sit here and put all of the substances in front of me and I'm going to choose the least harmful one, ultimately that's going to be weed for me. I feel like it's something I can indulge in healthily. It's not negatively having consequences on my brain or my body. I'm not waking up the next day like hungover, feeling horrible and awful. It's not turning me into a person that's making me make bad decisions or making me so inebriated that I black out and lose hours of my life. Do you know how scary blacking out is? That was a common occurrence when I was younger, and now that I'm older, I'm like, that is just so terrifying. I mean, I was blacking out because I didn't want to be alive. Like that was just an escape tactic. Not healthy. Please don't do that. But now it's like, I love a little gummy at the end of the night and just crawling in bed at 9 p.m. and scrolling and having a little laugh on my little phone and then getting a good 8 hours of sleep and then waking up at 8 a.m. feeling refreshed. Are you fucking kidding me? I never thought I would be an adult sitting here saying that, especially after my party girl phase of like, I love Molly and I love raving and like going crazy. I do think my party girl phase is going to come out a little bit more this year in the sense of just like being outside more and maybe going to more shows, going to more concerts, not doing hard drugs, sticking to the weed. But yeah, I don't know. Dry January taught me a lot this year of just like, I don't need it in my life. I don't. I really don't. It doesn't do me any good. And I'm proud of myself for sticking through it and being aware of my habits and my consumption and just what substances I am inducing into my brain and the effects that it's having and positive and negatives in my life. It's important to take accountability of your life and ask yourself, look in, check in. Is this man good for me? Is this habit good for me? Is drinking good for me? Is this job good for me? Asking yourself these questions. No one else is going to ask you these things. So be aware, be mindful of the life you're living, and make sure you are living a good one, a healthy one, a prosperous one that makes you happy, How do I lock back in for February? Because girl, January was a mess. Oh girl. Oh girl. Oh girl. We are prioritizing love this February. I think February is perfect. January is always hectic. It is. This month more so than usual. All right. I kicked it off with, my cat going through something. He's going through something at the end of January again, like just stressed all month, the inauguration. What the fuck is happening? There's too much happening. Too much. It was too much. It was too much. And I think collectively we all need a big fucking deep breath and to show each other a little bit of love. A little bit of love now more so than ever. So if you can prioritize that this month, whether your self-love is, checking yourself, bitch, the way you're behaving is not okay. You cannot behave this way. You cannot be this person. I want to see you do better. That tough love, that tough self-love, sometimes we need that. That is love. I think that is a really potent form of love where it's like, I'm going to tell you how it is because I love you. I think we need to love our neighbors and show up for them more than ever, especially with the economic and political state of the world right now. Like, we need to be showing our neighbors love. I'm about to go bake some stuff and give it to them, just provide a little bit of prosperity and peace to the people around me, try and stay mentally sane so I can be there for the people around me, show myself some love for going through hard times. I think the best way to lock in for February is to truly just lock into love, self-love, romantic love, love for partners, love for parents, love for roommates, love for the world around us. I feel like we lost a lot of love this January. I don't know if you're feeling the same way that I am, but I think that's just definitely what we need to bring back. So that is how I'll be locking in this February. The hard work, the hard, difficult work of just career and all that will start March, but consider February a good restart to really focus on what is good for you. What prosperity do you want to bring into life? What is helping you? What's causing you setbacks? How can you provide more love to the people around you and to yourself? How can you honor yourself in one way this month? I think that's a really good way to kind of build a solid base layer so then we can be boss bitches in the future. But if you want me to go out here and a button up and a tie and make sales and lock in like a boss bitch hard worker, I just don't think February's for that. I think February is for really getting ourselves physically, mentally, spiritually back on track. So focus on that. We'll get there. Don't stress yourself out. I love you all so much. If you want to see recipes, January favorites, and much, much more, follow the Instagram at Hannah Marlene. If you want to be silly on TikTok, at Fairy Smoke Mother. And last but not least, I do an extra episode every single Thursday where I answer every single one of your questions on Patreon, plus much more astrology updates, weekly inspiration, things like that, Sunday spiritual stuff. We talked about the last new moon. I provided some journal prompts this Sunday. It's great. We have so much fun over at the Patreon, patreon.com/smokeseshshawty. But with that being said, please stay sane, treat yourself kindly, show up for yourself, love yourself. You deserve it. Stay sexy, and I'll see you all so soon. Mwah.